heck are you looking for?
Oh, just places to go in Canyonlands.
Hey friends, we're the Bedanzas. We're in Moab right now. We've been here for a good few days.
Every time we're in an area, we try to find the national parks nearby. And thankfully, Moab has 2. Today, Canyonlands, and tomorrow, Arches.
Carissa said she's more interesting when she gets coffee, so we're here for you guys.
Snake oil coffee in Moab is...
This brings back PTSD.
Whenever I get iced coffee, I just feel so much more put together for the day. I get a vanilla iced latte with oat milk, and Anthony just gets a regular drip coffee.
Cheap, boring. So the reason this brings back some bad memories is literally driving down this road. If you pan out there, right at the end of that road, if you take a right, there's a road that goes for about 17 miles. On the end of that road, there's a disc golf course there that I really wanted to play, and I did end up going and playing it, and we got this coffee, which seemed very unnecessary. I'm gonna show some footage real quick, but we took our 170-inch rear-wheel drive, not 4x4 Sprinter, and the first like 10 miles were great until we got to the last 5 miles, because the last 5 miles, you have 2 miles going up this kind of mountain area until you get to the top, which is a really stupid drop off. And then after these 2 miles, you have 3 miles just going downhill with the tightest turns, and just to either side of you is either a canyon wall or a cliff edge. After like 10 miles, all we saw were 4x4 Jeeps with like 35-inch tires and off-highway vehicles. And then one stupid massive van that everybody gave silly looks to because they thought we were dumb, and they were right.
Got it. Holy moly, that is a line.
30 minutes away from this sign. Got any fun games? So while we wait, I feel like it's the opportune time to tell us our plan for Canyonlands, which is...
Okay, so here's the thing about Canyonlands. Let me just get on my little rant.
I was gonna say the plan was nothing so far, but rant time.
I love to get like ideas from Instagram and everyone else that has gone here before. But I feel like I haven't seen anyone go here. What's up with that, guys? Like, can you please just go and do all the work for me?
Yeah, I mean, look at this.
Right now,
You wanna go here?
I just have a lot of like overlooks planned, which is so boring.
For you, it's not for me. I want to just sit in the van and do work while I look at a pretty view.
There's like one hike where it's like, yeah, you could do it, but everyone's like, yeah, the last like 2 miles uphill is not worth it. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to do that. Plus, like, van life privilege update. We've done a lot of hiking in canyons and beautiful deserts, so I don't really want to have to work for it.
So essentially, we're going to Island in the Sky Visitor Center, which I don't know what I expected on the way here, but it was not as pretty as this has been, because we went up about like 1,000 feet in elevation. It's just turned into, from like desert canyons on the bottom to, this is a more deserty part, but it was a lot more grassy. But now we're kind of on the top of the canyons, and it's still super, super pretty.
We're also going to go to the Needles District.
I have a lot of work that I need to get done today, so I'm happy for just overlooks, but she had her meeting canceled, so she's not. All right, we made it, and I went to the bathroom, and they had squatty potties here, which takes me back to days in different continents.
So, Canyonlands, 3 different areas. Island in the Sky is here, and then you have the Needles District all the way down here. That has its own visitor center. And then you have the Maze, which is super primitive. You need 4x4 to go there.
We will not be going another road like that.
We will not. But if you're looking at places to go, the guide was saying that is normally multiple day excursion if you go into the Maze area.
Do we have to go back through Moab to get to Needles?
I guess so. I didn't think we would. Okay, so we'll do Island in the Sky and then see what daylight we have for Needles. No big hikes. Don't hold me to that.
So one of the nice things is straight from the visitor center here, you have the first of many overlooks.
This is Schaefer Overlook.
I think we'll do one hike together, and you'll probably do one hike or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 by yourself. I got a lot of stuff to edit. Probably stop here. This is a pretty place.
Mm-hmm.
So babe, I think the main question for today is, are we trying to get to Needles as well before dark? Because we probably got, what, 8 hours?
Yeah.
So does that mean you're gonna limit the amount of hikes that you're doing here?
It means I'm gonna go fast.
These last couple months we've been really lucky as we've been going to parks and stuff, because trailheads have not been nearly this full. And then in just this last month, doing the Big 5 here in Utah, it's become summerish time and school's out, so it's about to get a lot busier everywhere we go. Carissa, you got me on the trail. Do you have to get me to run the trail?
Here. Pro tip, if you want to pass a lot of people, just start running. People just move out of your way. It's so nice.
I know you're used to hikes that are like 15 times this long, but
We're here.
See, isn't it nice to do short hikes? Isn't that the best? It's nice to see a van so leaning. We got a couple people again. I think we're probably gonna have to park back there somewhere.
It's tourist season.
I need it to be flat. We have literally the last spot.
Let's go. So I'm headed to the White Dome Overlook. It's like a mile long, short and sweet. Because the elevation is like maybe 100 feet, I actually might end up running it. That sounds really fun right now. Here's some things to also know. I'm not bringing any water or food because it's right around the mile mark. I know that I personally can go that long without water. I feel hydrated. It's not very hot right now. I feel comfortable with my limits, but if you aren't used to hiking in this area, bring water and food. You can get yourself in a messy situation. I know myself, I know my body, I feel good about it. I get to see pretty things literally all the time, but it doesn't get old. Say it right now, doesn't get old. I started thinking about what I'm gonna have for lunch, which always makes me so excited. I just get so hungry, so excited for food. And we're back.
Wow. That was fast.
Hike number 3.
What?
It's called Whale Rock because it looks like a whale, I guess, technically. Whale. It's so windy that I had to turn my hat around. But man, views for... Whew. Alright, we might just keep that off for now. Whoa, you can see my house from here.
Getting there. Probably another hour of my video.
But now it's time for lunch.
Oh, okay. He's going.
Yeah, the sandwich. This is the lunch I was dreaming about that I told you about. I'm so excited.
The time it takes me to edit a video is about 2 miles of hiking and a lunch. Looks big. This is the best view so far, I think.
It's really big.
Unless have you had better ones on your hikes?
A little.
I don't have the same FOMO that you have. I'm glad that you have better views from those hikes because you worked for it. I just walked out of our van. Tell you what, you seem to be a lot more confident than me that we're gonna make it to Needles.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's got 5 hours more of daylight. You want to hike more here. It's a like 2-hour drive away, and I need to upload a video.
Easy. It's another crowded trail.
Yeah. I really thought that they've been doing this and seeing just the views here. Like, I just think Canyonlands is pretty underrated, just based on how much we hear about it. But now coming here, I was like, maybe it's rated. Maybe people know about it. I don't know. It seems underrated to me, but maybe people know about it. Think the Needles are down there?
There.
Well, if anything, we saw the Needles today.
Bye. They're gonna go on this hike. It's like 1 mile there, 1 mile back.
So I'm sure one question a lot of people have, especially as Chris is out there like having all the fun going on the hikes, and I'm just back here on my laptop, it's kind of just a question of why that's the case. To be honest, van life has just taught us a lot about who we are. Like before van life, I thought that I was super outdoorsy and like being hiking, and I think I do for certain subsets of people, but compared to Carissa, I don't. Like she will hike all day, every day completely, and I'm comfortable like just seeing the beautiful views, and I really enjoy the work that I do. So while she's out hiking, it is still a work day for me, and our work days are kind of any day, but I enjoy just being here, editing videos, creating content, doing things that our businesses need to do, because honestly, I would rather be doing that than going out hiking most of the time. Now there are times that I do go and hike, and we do hike a lot together, just not as much as she hikes by herself, because she will just do miles and miles and miles, and that's just not who I am. And that's one of the things that van life has allowed us to learn about ourselves, which is actually pretty cool. And I don't have to try to be someone fake, but we're both able to just kind of be who we are and learn even more about who that is. This is why I'm worried about us getting to Needles. It's 4:40. I have to go upload a video, and then it's apparently another hour drive after that. And sunset's like 8:30, so.
So I also forgot I have my Hebrew class tonight at 7:30. Oh. Let's do it and see where we're at.
Okay.
I still think we can do it.
I still think you're insane.
Par for the course. Oh, the baby! Oh, babies!
Don't know why, but they always seem to have the most reliable Wi-Fi. It's 5:45. Your call's at 7:30, yeah?
Yeah. And it's an hour to get to even like one overlook from here.
And then there's no service there, so we can't even just like get there and stop. Our view of Needles from the overlook is gonna have to suffice for us.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's okay, because tomorrow we'll see you at Arches.
reservations.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
This arch is, at least from like April to October, you need to get reservations between 6 a.m. and 5 p.m. But if you get to the park before or after that, you can go in. So it's 5:15 and we're gonna go in. We're about 15 minutes north of it because that's where we're staying for the night for free. Good morning. Thank you. Alright, we made it.
Woo! Gonna do a delicate arch hike. It's like the iconic view you see if you think of arches.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that we're there. Tell you what, that doesn't look very delicate, it looks pretty strong. Less of a line when it's 6 a.m. Way back, climbed through a window that we saw on the way going there, and the view was crazy. I think there's only one more thing that we want to see on this hike before we get back to the van. And then Carissa goes and does like another 20 miles today because she's insane. You explain what petroglyphs are.
It's just like petros and glyphs on petros.
I have editing power, you know this, right? So you see the glyph on petro? Mm-hmm. One down, it's a bunch for you to go.
We are headed to Devil's Garden Trailhead. It has 1,000+ vert, water in here, electrolytes in here. I have snacks in the back, so we are ready to go. This is the tunnel arch. Pretty neat. Pine tree arch. Pretty neat. Arch number 3. So cool. Hasn't gotten old yet. I think this way is gonna be the harder one, so I wanna do it earlier on. It's a big loop, and then we can have an easy cruise on the loop back. Done with the hike. How much sand is in my shoes? I can feel it. I can feel how bad it is. Oh, it's gonna be so gross when we dump it. Shoe 1.
It's pretty weak, honestly.
It's because it's so wet and clumpy. wait, there's some more. Lunch.
Wait, tell me to turn the music off before you start recording. You can't play it. We're gonna get demonetized even before we're monetized. I know that you think I'm crazy, and I'm wondering if everyone else thinks I'm crazy, but like, I am satiated by how many views we get just by driving for the most part, and then parking at these trailheads that are oftentimes overlooked. I think we just have different thresholds.
My threshold is much higher. It's like, if you can do more, why not?
Because there's other things you want to do, but there's arch.
Arch alert.
So 11 miles in today, how do you feel?
A little tired, but ready for some shorter hikes.
Like, how many more miles do you think you're gonna do today?
Oh, maybe like 2 or 3.
I'm content with my 3 miles for the day. Hit my quota, we're good to go. Especially when we had to get up at 5 today.
Wild. That's why you stay in the van and I go hike now. I'm wearing chacos on this hike. And I just got these. I haven't had chacos for like the past year, but the ones I had before, I had for like literally 10 years. Have my feetsies to breathe a little. That's the north window. This trail is super easy. There's like just stairs and there's like gravel paved. And that's the turret arch. It's the south window. You can just go back to like do an out and back from there, but I'm taking the primitive trail. I kind of prefer a loop over an out and back, and it's still pretty flat. One more hike. Let's go. We're gonna do the Park Avenue Trail. I'm having Anthony drop me off at one end so he can pick me up at the other, so I don't have to do the out and back. So it'll just be 1 mile.
I get to do a mile too. I just drive it.
Good news, I chose the direction that was all uphill. And we're back.
Hey. You wanna go get ice cream?
Yes.
Yesterday we needed Wi-Fi, went to McDonald's. Today we're going to Moab Coffee Roasters for Wi-Fi and not coffee, but ice cream, which is kind of sweet.
Yeah.
My thoughts, I think, on these parks is that kind of both of them are underrated. It could just be I'm not in the community and don't hear a lot of stuff about arches, but Canyonlands for sure I thought was a pretty underrated park out of the top 5. Capitol Reef is up there because we did that one. That was pretty cool, but I don't think it was as cool as Canyonlands was. So I'm giving that one the most underrated of the big 5. What do you think?
Yeah, I would agree. I feel like Arches is appropriately rated. I kind of thought it would be overrated, but it was a lot cooler than I thought it would be.
It wasn't just Arches. There's a lot of different weird rock formations. It's kind of cool that it's nestled behind seemingly the city of Moab, because you just kind of go up these switchbacks and then you're past this mountain and then you don't see the city and it's just it. It's pretty cool.
There's a lot of good hikes and things. Canyonlands is hard because it's like just overlooks are like 10-mile hikes, so.
Or Needles, and we didn't do that, so maybe that one's
And
cool.
the mazes, 4-wheel drive.
So this is cool, but what would be cooler is if you watched last week's video when we were in North Carolina. And after we finish this, which is very good, because I think it's like fresh made, but we're heading straight to Colorado. So anything you want to see from there, let us know, and subscribe for those videos.
See you there.
Probably.